Hey beginner dahlia growers, this is Tim with Petals, and we're going to get you started today with our first video on dahlia tuber fundamentals, just so we can kind of all talk the same language and kind of know what we're all talking about as we progress through the growing season. So what you have here is a tuber. This is a dahlia tuber, and there's a body, and there's a neck, and then there's a crown, and the crown is really where the sprout comes from. And so this is an example of a sprout. It's very obvious. This one's woken up. It's close to planting time. It's warmed up, and the sprout has germinated. But this one is still good, but it doesn't have a sprout, obvious sprout. But it does have a little eye, and the eye is before the sprout swells. The eye is evident, and it can be kind of hard to see, and we'll zoom in on this one so you can see a little closer, but it's like a little pimple. This tuber has an eye right there, and you can see it's just a little pimple, a little sprout starting very early. You need one of those, or you need a sprout. Now, the other thing I wanted to show you is that tubers come in all different shapes and sizes. This is a tuber, this is a tuber, this is a tuber, and this little one's a tuber, and they'll all grow. And you'll all have success growing with all the different sizes. So don't be worried if you see different sized tubers. Okay, now what are some of the things to watch for? This is an example of a tuber with a body, and you can kind of see it's a little different already, and here's the neck, and then you can see the neck is broken. They happen sometimes. Some of the necks can be really thin on some of them. Others you can hardly see a neck. But if a neck breaks and there's no living tissue anymore, it obviously can't grow, as it can't move energy up to the crown and the sprout. So this one is no good. This one you see, the body is shriveled. And what happens is some desiccation happening. It's lost some moisture, and it's starting to desiccate. But it's still firm. Right on the outside there, where the wrinkles are, it's a little softer, but there's living tissue in there. And there's a sprout and a little eye and a sprout there, and the neck is firm. This one's still viable. This one will still grow, and you can plant it, and you'll have no worries. There's another one we have where it's completely desiccated. This one, you can see the body, everything is shriveled up. There is no good material left. So obviously when you look at this one, you might be like, oh my, and that's right. Oh my is right. This one will not grow. So you have a problem with this one. Another example of a problem is one without an eye or a sprout. And we'll zoom in on this one. Eyes can be really hard to see. At this point of the year, most of them will be swelled up and be sprouted, but earlier in the year, February, March, they'll be really hard to see those little pimples, and we'll zoom on this one. This tuber has no eye. This looks kind of like an eye, but there's no pimple there. That's just all flat. You look around, and there is no eye here. So this one, even though it has a neck, it has a body, and has some roots growing, will likely not grow. You can plant them anyway. Sometimes they fool us. We don't think we see one, but that is one of the requirements, is to have an eye. So that's our dahlia fundamentals, our dahlia tuber fundamentals: a body, a neck, a crown, an eye, and a sprout. Those are the things you're looking for. And especially you want an eye and a sprout on your tuber. And that's the start of our first class, and we'll have the planting class, how we plant next. Thank you all.